not only working for ourselves as Indians, but we are working for all the people all over this land. We don't want any of our people. We don't like to have any of the people be destroyed from our Mother Earth. Our Mother Earth is all stripped up now. And I would have to reiterate again that she's bleeding and moaning. And now what would be the remedy to cure her wounds? The only way for us people is to get her well, is to go back to the spiritual way and live according to the Great Spirit's life plan, because He had given certain group of people certain instructions to follow, certain instructions to how to pray and all that. But it seems so that all over this land, the people had forgotten the teachings of the Great Spirit, and they have gone away from it. Now we're all confused. Our life is corrupted again. We must go back to the spiritual road and live according to His instructions. Talking to you people here, this is not a political issue. This is a spiritual level that we are talking. And we hope that people will understand and follow the instructions from here on, so that we all will live a good life and have abundance of food and everybody be well. So this is our prayer, that we are trying to get this thing cleared up, so no people will be suffered with that program, because it's going to be a terrible thing, I would say, because whenever they try to move them, they because we're not all alike, someone might get strong-hearted and try to do something or try to shoot back. Now there's going to be a conflict. That is just we don't want. We don't want any of that kind to happen. We want to live in peace, in brotherhood, so that we may save at the end. If we just go on like this, living like this, now at this very moment, we're going to run into something very, very serious thing. We may have civil war. That's in our prophecy. That whenever our life is corrupted, then someone will start try to shoot someone, and then the civil war come about. So we don't want that. We want the people to live a good life and have a happy life. We don't want to lose our land. That the land is our mother, and it's very dear to us. So I have to say it again. She is giving her milk from her breast. We just have eaten that is from the Mother Earth. And she nourished us, right? Just a little while ago. So let us keep this in mind, because our way of life, ceremonies, and our spiritual way of life is now annihilated. We don't want that to be done away with or do away with, because we pray for all the people. And I hope that people will understand that I would say again that by saying, I hope that the fragrance of love spread all over this land, go into the hearts of the people, so that they may love and respect one another. We just do not like to lose our land, and because we are looking back, our young generation to come, our great children, to be coming after us. And so even we're looking at the unborn children that yet to come. If we lose our land when they come, then they won't have any land to call their own. We want to save this land for them so that they will call this Mother Earth as their own mother. I have traveled many distance from my home in different areas among Indian people, also among the white people in town, and try to bring this message to them. These other Indian people, their land, everything has already been confiscated from them. They don't have any more land to call their own. And that is just what's going to happen to us. That's what the program is designed to take our land away from us. So we are very much concerned about those things. So we need a lot of support. We need help so that we may not lose our land, so that when our young generations come, they have land for themselves. Because we were told this is going to happen. We would, when something like this come up, we would suffer a lot of consequences. Whoever stands the right of the people as a traditional, his path would be a stumbling road. But do not discourage, because it's time. Like she said, your time is short, that we must come back and adhere to the teaching of the Great Spirit. If we don't, something's going to happen. And so we don't want any of the people to be destroyed from this earth, our Mother Earth, that we may all be saved. Fighting against one another, killing someone is not a right thing to do. That wouldn't be our salvation. Only peace could give us salvation. That is very hard for me to tell you about my age, because way back, there were no schools, and of course at that time, our mothers, they don't keep track of birthdays, what month we born, what year, and of course we do not have any written language. So I don't know just how old I am, and I must be getting old, I guess. When someone asks me about my age, I always answer the question, I'm 12 years old. And so I couldn't very well definitely say how old I am. But before this Hopi Tribal Council was formed, in our village in Hotevilla, we were informed, we were notified that there'll be election or a voting come up. So one morning, announcement was made to go outside the village and vote. So I stayed home because I knew what's going to happen in the future, because I have all these instructions within me, so I didn't want to go up there. I stayed home. Then finally I decided to go up there. So I went up there, and it was before I got there, a lot of people were standing on this side of the pole. They did not go up to the pole. And I said, what's going on up here? I said, I don't know. So I said to the people, let's go up and find out what they're voting for. So I started off. They followed me up there under a tree. And there was the table, and a lady, a teacher, was sitting at on the side of the table, and the four of our men were sitting on the ground. And I went right there directly up to this lady, and I asked her, what are they voting for? She looked at me and she said, we were told not to tell anyone, but there's two pieces of paper. with a circle and a cross. Choose either one of them. So then I asked her again, what does it lead to if we vote for either one of them? And like I said, she entered the same question or answer, and she said, so like I said, we were told not to tell anyone, but there's two cross in a circle. And okay, since you don't want to tell us, we might as well go back into the village. So I started back. All the people followed me into the village. And after that, I heard there's only 6 of them voted at that time. And we didn't know what they were voting for. Then, about a year after, we found out that they were to form a council. And that's what they were voting for. And over across the Oraibi, where that rest area, right below that point, there's a life plan is drawn. And down underneath that life plan, there's a circle and a cross drawn. Before this council was formed, one of our chief, a leader, took us over to the place. My father and I, we went over there with him, and he instructed us on this prophecy. Then he pointed at this circle and the cross. Now time will come. They will trick you with either one of these circle and the cross, and so watch out for these two. And if that ever happened, you will find out this is true. So that was before this council was formed. So then after that, I remember that all the time. And when that was formed, they put these two the circle and the cross before the people. It did happen. It did come true. And all that prophecy drawn over there, everything has been fulfilled. Everything is fulfilled in that prophecy. If I wanted to tell you this prophecy, it'll take a long time. But I'll just point out a few things. The Hopi believe they lived in some other world way back, and we don't know just when, but it's been a long time. You might say memorial, and so then when people came up here with the permission from the Great Spirit, before they start on their journey to Old Raibi to meet the Great Spirit, the Rabbit Wheat clan told them, now we are going on our journey over to Raibi to meet the Great Spirit. But before directly go there, go all over this land, go as far as the edges of the ocean, and then come back. But wherever you stopped, always build your homes out of rock. We're not going to live there permanently. We'll be going on. So whenever you want to move on, always put your clan markings on them, rocks, and put someone there to protect the ruins. Because sometime in the future, we will meet the other people with a white complexion, and they would be very intelligent. They would be greedy. They would tell lies. They will take things away from us. They will influence us into their own way of life, and if we accept them, everything will be taken away from us. But most of them will have clean hearts. When you come to that point, when you just couldn't make another move, then the other people with good hearts and sincere heart, honest heart, they will help you. So at that time, you call on them. That he meant these white people. So now we are calling on you people to help. Also, it was instructed to me that we are all alike. No matter what color of skin, you have different color of skin, you have white skin, and we have dark Mother Earth, brown skin, but outside is different. But we were told that within our hearts we are one. We're brothers and sisters. So in order to look up one another and respect one another and call brothers and sisters. And so this is what has been prophesied too. And if I go over this prophecy, it take a long time. And maybe I might have a time to show you that drawing that I had drawn on the cloth. So all these things have been instructed to us. So everything has now been fulfilled. Now the last thing. In our prophecy, it also said someone would go up moon on a stack of prayer feathers, and it would be a Hopi. But if none of Hopi go up, and someone would surely go up. And if ever someone succeeded go up, he might bring something that might be destructive or that might benefit all the people. But after that, we may have famine, we may have sickness, we may have earthquakes, hailstorms, windstorms. Anything could happen after that. So we are at the last stages now. It's like Ocean has said that this is very short. Time is very short. So we must understand. We must realize and look within our hearts where we stand, correct ourselves, and go forward with an honest heart and help one another as brothers and sisters.